And we are live. They should be able to see us and hear us. If you can't see us or hear us, let us know. Throw it out there in the channel. Thank you for joining us. We are Adventures with Lollygagging. We are going to be playing and continuing our Mutant Year Zero game. At long last, we have returned to GenLab Alpha, or to Paradise Valley, that is. And yeah, so we're going to be continuing that. We are, I don't know, like a dozen episodes in or so, but it doesn't matter. We'll fill you in really, really fast on what you missed. Before we get going, then we do a couple plugs. We'll give everyone a chance to introduce their characters again, and then we'll get on with it. So we play a bunch of other games on this channel. So if you're here right now watching us, hit the follow button. That'd be great. But we play this game here on Saturdays, every other Saturday thereabouts. Usually we're trying to do it about twice a month, alternating Fridays and Saturdays. We'll be playing Electric Bastionland, which is a fun little game as well. Mondays on our channel at 9 Central, you can catch us playing a different Free League game, which is Vessen. And on Thursdays on twitch.tv/Zweihander RPG, you can watch us play some Zweihander, which is great. So all sorts of places to find us. And plus, I've been playing a lot of games elsewhere with different folks, so you can see my stupid, ugly face almost every night of the week. It's actually like a second job all of a sudden. Okay, so that's some plugs. The other thing I'm going to plug is I'm going to beg you for 50 cents because, sorry to put this over the top of my wife's face. Sorry about that, Melissa, but I needed room somewhere on the overlay. So it's over. You can't see Melissa anymore because Melissa is currently being eaten by a Tarrasque. And a Tarrasque is that little thing that you see on the screen there. It is a zine that I've been working on with the Defenders of Cobalt. So it's a Defenders of Cobalt production. So it's one of our friends. We play a lot of games with them. They play on our channel. I play on their channel, etc. And this is just a fun little ttrpg magazine. There's like all sorts of content for things like Dungeon Crawl Classics, for Goblins, for Heart, and you can get all sorts of things. And it's only 50 cents if you go to the link that I am dropping right now in the channel. So it's over at Drive-Thru for about 50 cents for like the opening PDF. There will be a print version coming soon once we get that approved. But you get some amazing art from one of our friends, Friendin. You can find him anywhere on the internet. Just his name is Friendin. He does all sorts of just amazing art, including the stuff you see there. And you see writing from myself. You see writing from Chuck from Defenders of Cobalt. You see all sorts of great stuff from just a whole group of great people. Christopher from Two Old Guys Gaming. Tons of stuff. So if you could, just go throw us 50 cents. It'd be great. I think we're trying to push towards that silver badge over on Drive-Thru RPG. We're getting closer and closer. So a couple more sales could get us there. And we would definitely appreciate it. So with that in mind, I'll go ahead and hide it so you can see Melissa's face again in the dice roller, and we can actually start playing our game. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong person. Sorry, I accidentally hid Derek. Okay, there we go. So we're back. Okay. So let's just do a quick refresher of characters, just like a good 20 seconds of who you are. Ashley, who are you playing?
Playing Helena. She's our Helena 7. She's our healer of the group. She's a little bit of a moonshiner, so she's always whipping something up by angrily stomping into the forest and walking back out with something new. She's a little bit bloodthirsty, and at this point she has zero regrets. She's just mostly annoyed that she's in this situation now because he was troublesome, so she killed him, and now
she
she
murdered
has consequences.
Person. Like first F murdered a person, second F something like that. Just murdered someone flat out, and it's been haunting her ever since.
You gotta start out strong, and then Jeff's really good at making you regret your decisions.
Melissa's been regretting that shit for like 20 years now, so yeah. So we should also mention that Helena 7 is a cat mutant because we're playing GenLab Alpha, so everyone in here is playing an animal mutant. These are animals that are in humanoid form sort of now, but they still retain these feral instincts, and so whenever they push their feral powers too far, they kind of give over to the animal side, which Cujo does like pretty much every other role, so you're probably gonna see that happen.
I don't have as many as Cujo does, to be honest.
No, Logan really knows the feral rules because he's gone feral like 50 times.
He's our go-to guy.
And Longley, tell us about McCloud.
Yeah, I play McCloud. He's a fox seer, a little youngster just looking for a better place.
Yeah, it's true. kind of we've sort of turned him into a little bit of the sort of like a cult leader in a way, and
You could say that.
sort of, and like some of your cult followers have gone missing.
And you're like, yeah, it's okay.
And you have the best hat ever.
Long, you have to type in chat Adam's name in all caps with at least one exclamation point. It's just a thing. You're okay.
All right.
Cool. Melissa, tell us about Hamill.
So I am playing Hamill 76. I'm a little weasel.
Yeah, you are.
I lost my brother in the first episode. And I have a little buddy that I'm really trying to mentor, who is a friend of my brother. And he just really wants to look up to Cujo. So yeah, there's that.
Do you remember his name?
Not off the top of my head.
Wiley is his name.
Wiley,
his name is
that's
Wiley.
right.
I can't remember the number,
Yes.
but I know his name is Wiley.
Yes.
76.
76.
I'm
no,
Hamill
Hamill
76.
76. It's
I think
Wiley
it's
like 82.
90.
Is it
Yeah.
90?
We might as well make you guys
I know.
twinsies.
I did all of them. So they're supposed to be like hockey or ice
Yeah.
athletes. So I did all figure skaters and like the year that they won gold or something in the Olympics. So that's where like all of the like names and numbers came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Hamill is a trapper, hunter, small, and actually picked up burrower. So at some point I'm going to try to burrow and see if I can do burrowing better than Cujo. But at this point I've been able to do nothing better
Wow.
than anybody. So we'll kind
Okay.
of see how that
Aw,
goes.
that's a shame. Derek, tell us about Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, so Tchaikovsky 40, I am a chameleon, grumpy old man that just likes to collect a lot of garbage, and sometimes that garbage comes in handy. I've only burned down my house once, so he's a pretty stable guy.
Okay. And we are actually on a mission that started in your habitat, because you're from the reptile habitat, and right now you
Yep.
all are trying to recruit some more members to the resistance. And we left the habitat to go do other things, but we started there, so we're trying to recruit more of your reptile brethren right now to the fold.
Get some more cells to immediately murder, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's pretty much par for the course. And Logan, tell us about Cujo.
Cujo is a Wolverine of the Badger tribe. He's kind of an outspoken warrior of our little escapade. He's getting to the point where he's pretty outspoken about the resistance. He's not really so hush-hush about it as much as he should be. He just recently defeated his rival in battle. Pretty much just split him open with my claws, and now we're off to more adventures.
Yeah, right on. And so, speaking of adventures, so they, like, the whole basic premise, if you're just joining us for the first time, the whole basic premise of the adventure is that they are all members of these different animal mutant tribes, like Adam said in the chat, kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles type mutants, right? And they are in this big old place called Paradise Valley. They are within an enclosure. There's these massive electrified, like turret-covered fences that are keeping them from leaving. And within this Paradise Valley, there's all sorts of like robots and such that are kind of keeping them down. Many of the animals revere these robots and the human ancestors that are kind of rumored about in folklore. No one's ever seen one, of course. And there's also like this growing sentiment of wanting to resist, right? Wanting to find freedom, like McCloud mentioned, a better place to live. And so the resistance is formed. Everyone here is a member, is a cell, and a high level cell. Not that it takes very much to be a senior member of the cell, since everyone dies really fast when they join the resistance. And so they go off on all these different missions. So when we last played a while ago, the mission that they were sent on was to recruit more folks in the reptile habitat. And when you all arrived at the reptile habitat, Tchaikovsky specifically was able to make some inroads with a couple different folks. There was one specific group of mostly like frogs and toads that was led by Boyer. Yeah. And Boyer was and like your rival. Do you remember what's your rival's name again? Do you remember?
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan, that's right. So Luke Bryan is a member of their pack, and not like a very well thought of member, but nonetheless a member. And you're basically doing a favor for Boyer. Like you're helping, like you all were sent to one location where they thought Luke Bryan and the other missing reptile members might be. while Boyer went and checked out something else. And this location just so happens to be a very special place. Do you all remember where you got the actual idea of this location from?
Oh, originally it was from Faraday, the icon of wealth that was given to us, but then Luke somehow got it as well. But the good old store.
Yeah, broke into your place that you then later burnt down, I think. But yeah, it is a dollar store, a Dollar Tree basically that you guys were going to. So you guys headed there. You climb down into a sinkhole. So essentially, the Dollar Tree collapsed into this big sinkhole, over top of which all sorts of other sediment and trees started to fall on top of it, and so it's sunken beneath the ground. And you started to explore, looking for any signs of this group of toads that went with Luke Bryan. Found a couple bodies, found a couple survivors, and you have made it inside of a Dollar Tree. You snuck in through the ceiling. You killed a couple giant cockroaches, and rescued one member, not Luke Bryan specifically. I'll switch us over to the combat map now, because we're actually just going to start right up in combat. So hopefully you recall this. But you all came in from the northeast, where I'm pinging. Let me go ahead and clean out that turn order, so it's not in our way. But yeah, so from the northeast, you guys kind of came up down through the ceiling over there, and then you killed a couple cockroaches. You started moving down a hallway. One of you started hearing some noises coming from this direction. Cujo busted through the door into the main area of the Dollar Tree where all of these different aisles are, and sees one other toad person right there, sees a giant cockroach right next to him, and a second one right over here. And so you have two cockroaches that are kind of in your vision in a way. You have sounds coming from up top of the map, and that's where we're gonna begin. So the turn order should be set. I haven't changed. I kept all of our initiatives from when we last rolled them. I just tweaked it a little bit to get our like tiebreakers and such in. So Tchaikovsky is actually gonna be your turn. I'm gonna get a little music going, and we're gonna start off in combat, because that's the best place to start when you haven't played a game in a month, because those are always the easiest rules that everyone.
Real quick, did I lose permissions? Because all I see on my end is a black screen, and I refreshed the page already.
It's gonna be because you just don't have light. Let me double check. Let me check your settings.
Yeah, I see the hallway. Okay, and then kind of shadow.
It's very dark in here, so that's the other thing. And so you should have a couple yards of light.
I just see a complete blank screen.
All right, let me double check. Let's see what we get. Dim light reveals. Force line of sight.
Yo, this music's OD though.
It's very exciting, right? It's the most
Is this a
exciting.
new one you got?
I'm using tabletop audio, which is built into Roll20, which is awesome. So this is tabletop audio. This is some of their. I've been kind of perusing through a lot of their sci-fi stuff. First things.
I take it.
So let me see if I can reveal a little bit for you all. Does that help any?
Yeah, it shows up more for me.
Yeah, I'm still seeing nothing.
You should be seeing a little bit. Refresh the page, because you should. Like I'm looking at the view of it from your specific viewpoint, and I do see vision for you.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like I can look through all the different tabs and pick up like my character sheet, but the actual map is just a black screen.
If you scrolled around, I'm just switching it over for you really quick.
Yeah, I've tried like zooming out and like I can't even. Is my ping showing up?
Yep.
Yeah, your ping's just showing up. That's way far to the right. So
you might want to zoom out a little bit.
Zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm at 30% or 20%.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. I will go ahead and I'll cheat a little here. And yeah, I'll cheat a little bit, and I'll just go ahead and put on global illumination so we can get going. And that'll be that.
Did you move yourself over, Derek?
You should be able to see everything at this point, right?
No, I might just use the stream too, and then have someone move me then.
Yeah, just do that.
Bizarre.
That's what I've done sometimes if I have issues.
You have sight? I don't know, man. Have you refreshed or relogged in? Does everyone else have view of everything at this point?
I have view of everything in the big room that I'm in.
Yeah.
I have view of the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know, like your settings are the exact same as everyone else.
Yeah, I just did a Chrome restart, so we'll see if that does anything.
Yeah, like
Yeah. You can always use the stream if you have to.
Yeah, I mean your settings, it's so weird. So, so we'll have Cujo go first, and we'll just like kind of come right back to you. So Cujo, you are in a room. You can see that there are multiple cockroaches. We'll say just for the sake of trying to maintain the fiction, you do not see the 2 cockroaches all the way over here, but I'll say
That's
you
fine.
see the 3 cockroaches here for sure.
Alrighty. I will maneuver myself to the closest one, I guess.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna see if I can kind of position myself between the 2.
Oops.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay. And then I'm gonna this one.
All right. Whenever you're ready. So you're attacking. It's not going to defend, so you're free to go ahead and just if you're punching Roach 1, is that what you're looking to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
So
just,
you're no defense.
no defense. Yeah.
Okay.
These aren't very smart. Okay. So you've got 2 successes. How much damage does your normal attack do?
2 each success.
Okay, so
full total damage.
So how much damage total?
4.
Okay, and so you come up and immediately one-shot this cockroach. So you see this thing basically just splat down to the ground without much effort. Oops, there we go. Okay, all set?
As I kill it, I'm gonna kind of wipe some of its innards across my chest while I turn toward and face the other one.
Oh, God. Okay. Then it'll be... Are you ready to go, Derek?
Yeah, I'm just going to use the stream.
Yeah,
it's even a Chrome restart didn't work, so I'll move forward.
All right, tell me where you want to go.
Yeah, I'll move forward to the dead body that's in front of Hamill.
Okay. You're standing on top of it now.
All right. Can't
Oh, is that
see
you?
anything.
Is that? Oh,
It's Adam.
It's Adam. Okay, I got confused. Yeah. All right.
I guess I'll just move out into the main area where Cujo is, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 squares to his right, but the same like row as him.
Okay, so like here-ish? 1, 2, 3. So I will say that there is a little bit of cover like that they'll get for like ranged attacks if you try to range attack somebody over top of these aisles. Just because some of them are
covered
broken
in cereal
down.
boxes.
Yeah. It looks like this has been very heavily picked clean, but there's still a few things lingering on the shelves here and there.
Okay.
Okay, so you still got your main action?
Yeah, so I'll attack that roach, and since I have that talent for quick fire, it works out. So
Okay.
I need to roll a shoot.
So it'll have basically 2 defense die to roll if you hit. So okay, that's. Are you good with 1 success?
Yeah, I'm not gonna push.
All right, I'm gonna roll the defense die, and again, I need to hit 6s to be able to cancel out damage. I don't. So what's the total damage for Cockroach 2?
Sorry, I'm looking.
Okay, this is pretty good music, actually.
Oh,
Less
the bow is just
damage?
1 damage.
All right, so it takes 1 damage. All right, perfect. Okay. So then, with Tchaikovsky done, Cujo's done, it'll come around to Roach 1, who is actually dead, but Roach 1 is also the group for Roach 1, 2, and 3 are all in like the same grouping. So Roaches 2 and 3 will go next. Seems pretty clear. One can just move up to Cujo, and the other one will move up to Tchaikovsky. So Roach 2 will go ahead and make an attack.
I will defend
Okay.
before you roll.
Sounds good. So let me roll it first for
Yep.
anything. So it's going to be a fight. 1 success, so you can go ahead
Okay.
and roll your defense.
I have defense, so I get +2 to my fight roll when I'm in close combat. So I'm just gonna add those as gear dice.
I had a brain blast. I outsmarted it by using incognito mode.
Okay. I was going to say, like, the settings were, like, exactly the same as everyone else's, so I'm like, this makes no sense. Why is this not working for you?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not gonna push.
Okay. So you unfortunately are unable to be successful. So you will take 1 point of damage.
Okay, I'll check my armor real quick.
Yeah, see if you have any armor.
I just rolled d6 for that. I don't think.
What's the value of your armor?
2.
Okay, so roll 2d6s, and you need 6s to cancel out damage. Okay, so you cancel out the 1 damage. However, you will take 1 point of rot.
Okay.
Okay. And then Cockroach 3 is going after Tchaikovsky. And we'll go ahead and make an attack. This one's been damaged, so let me move that down slightly, and now I will roll. Also 1 success. Tchaikovsky, do you have any defense?
Yeah, I'll spend a feral point to use my natural armor to reduce damage. So first I get to roll a d6 to make sure I don't go feral. Oh, I guess I do.
Not quite. You don't go feral yet.
You gotta roll. Yeah, don't you have to roll again the second time?
Yes, you roll a second one. This is your feral effect.
Nice.
So yes, now you go feral.
Welcome back to GenLab Alpha. This is what happens.
Whenever people might go feral, or whenever your cells might die on missions, everyone rolls ones. Is what happens. Okay, so Tchaikovsky is gonna go feral, and that means I get control. Correct?
Yep. And he loses the ability to speak, use tools. He immediately runs away into the wilderness, and he fights whoever tries to stop him.
Okay.
You can only regain control when someone heals you, and it is only possible after d6 hours. So you have to roll another d6 to see how long you're going to be feral for.
Okay.
Do I at least get to negate that damage?
Did you roll?
Wow, look at that.
You
Maximum
rolled a 6.
hours.
Yes, you rolled a 6. Wait, you used an animal power, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so like your animal power automatically negates it, or does it give you armor?
It just says negate 1 point of damage.
Then yeah, you don't take the damage, but take 1 point of rot.
Okay.
And then that's the end of that roach's turn, and we will move on, and it'll be Hamill's turn now.
Okay, so I believe that I need to move down this hallway a little bit to see what's up.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have any line of sight in the room because there is a doorway.
All right, so then I'm going to come over here.
Okay, so you move around.
All right.
And you see one giant cockroach dead on the ground next to Cujo, another giant cockroach that's snipping away at him. And you see Tchaikovsky has kind of begun to froth at the mouth and is in close combat situation with the cockroach.
Okay, so I'm going to come over to where Chai is. So I should be able to make it all over there.
Okay, fair enough.
You should try and stop Chai from going feral.
I don't think we can.
Oh, you can try.
How?
Heal test.
And then Chai will fight you.
I mean, if it
But you
fails.
couldn't after 6 hours.
No, yeah, he can't be healed until 6 hours, and he fights whoever tries to stop him, basically.
Okay.
So I was just being.
Oh, you're
mean.
being trolling. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, did I forget something in the last
Like
few
I
weeks?
said,
Okay.
Logan knows those rules. I haven't bothered to learn them. Like Logan could literally say anything, and I'd probably believe him at this point for that. Okay.
All right, so am I going to be able to kind of do my little sling thing from over here? Or is this like kind of terrainish stuff in the way?
Say that again. Ask your question. Sorry again.
I just want to make sure that I would have like line of sight to shoot my sling from where I am at, or if I need to come over here instead.
You would be better there where I just moved you. Yeah. Because you're not shooting. You're not trying. You all have been to stores before. You know what shelves look like.
Oh, those are aisles. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to go there. Then I'm going to use my
There we go.
hunter instincts. So I'm going to spend a feral point to choose a prey.
Thank
I'm
you
gonna
for the bits, Ashley and Adam.
Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm going to spend a feral point to mark that one as my prey.
Okay.
And then I need to spend to roll a d6 for that.
And I'll go ahead and give you a +1 mod on your attack roll for the 100 bits that Adam just gave.
Ooh.
So get an extra die in your roll.
And I was actually going to spend a couple feral points to get pluses as well.
Hey, if you want to go feral too, that's fine. You and Tchaikovsky can run off into the
I'll only
wilderness
spend
together.
1. So then I'll get 2.
The
All right.
random choir is very ominous.
Okay, so now I'm going to. How does that work again?
What are you trying to do? You gotta
Shoot. Got it.
you roll a shoot test.
I was going down to the weapon to try to do the thing with the weapon, and yeah.
Okay.
So I added the +2 in the gear dice.
Okay. That is going to be one success, and I'm assuming you probably don't want to push that because
Nope, I do
all
not.
sorts of things are going to go terrible. What is the base damage of your weapon?
It's 1. It's a sling.
Okay, so Roach 3 will take another damage. Okay. So then your turn is now over, and it'll move over to McCloud. You've got the friend behind you, the new froggy friend.
Okay, I'm gonna maneuver into the room.
Okay, go for it.
And I think that's all I can do. Not in range or anything.
You don't have a sling or anything?
No.
Okay. You can, I mean, there's, if you want, you can, do other things like, you can move again if you want to go ahead and make use of that.
Do I see Chai going crazy?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been with each other long enough at this point that you would probably realize that, that people have a tendency to get a little feral every now and then, and he looks to be losing it a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Because I kind of want to try to stop him from like fleeing from us.
Okay. If you want to move up to him, you can attempt a, we'll call it a, what's it called? Force test to try to hold on to him before he runs away. It'll be contested, but you can do it. So force versus force.
Let's see. Okay, might as well try it.
Okay, so you move up, roll your force test, and then Tchaikovsky, you also roll a force test.
Lasso him.
Got one.
Okay. Go ahead, Chai. Force.
I think it's pulling up in the. Oh yeah, whoops. Okay, I gotta close out of the. There we go.
Okay. And so you have effectively grappled him at this point. And so he will need to break out of that before he can actually run away. Nice. And Helena.
Good deal.
Didn't really hear like Luke Bryan or whatever up here.
You heard sounds up there, yeah.
Go check it out.
Thought you yelled, like said we heard someone talking.
It sounded like a voice. You don't know who it is though, but I don't remember if you know who it is. But you did hear a voice, yeah, like someone like kind of weeping.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I'm gonna kind of stay back here. I have my crossbow. Can I shoot anything from the doorway?
Yeah. Anything you shoot at though is gonna get cover because there's so many people that are fighting it right now, and there's some such. I would say the easier one to attack. Actually, they would both get cover. There's so many people
Yeah.
in shelves, but you can try. But again, it'll just get some cover. So which means I'll roll defense die. But you're welcome to try.
Yeah, we'll try.
All right, go for it. Which one? 2 or 3?
Whichever one's next to Cujo.
Go for it. That would be 2.
What do you? Oh God, it's been so long.
Just roll shoot.
Yeah, I was going down to the weapon. It threw me off too.
I know, like this white-hander. I'm like, what's me? Oh, I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pass.
All right. That'll be 1 damage, but it's gonna get. I'm gonna roll because you're shooting over top of Hamill and a shelf and into Cujo territory. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 3d6s worth of defense to roll to see if it can block the damage.
Okay. My crossbow does 2 damage.
It does not, and so your 2 damage goes through.
Cool.
Okay, so you hear Cujo as a bolt comes flying through, like a little crack in the wall of like the shelf, and just slams down right into this roach, spewing up all sorts of ugly green goo. And then the other group of roaches will go, and you all watch because you guys don't know they're there, as they just begin to flutter and fly over top of the shelves.
Nice.
They can't actually get to you guys and attack this round, so they're just gonna kind of move in with their movement, and that'll be their turn. And then it comes back around to Tchaikovsky, who needs to roll a force test to try to break the grapple, because you're currently wrapped up by this little foxy seer. Okay. So you are still.
These are times when we don't want you to succeed.
Okay.
Let's say it's a good thing I'm a frail old man.
All right. Then we're gonna move around to Cujo. This thing right in front of you is like spouting out this like green yellow goo from the bolt hole that Helena just put in it.
Alrighty. I'm going to see that the other roaches are kind of approaching our group, and Is it okay if I crawl over, or like try and jump over the shelves? Do you want me to go all the way around?
If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna ask for a move test.
Okay.
He's small. Can he go through the shelves, or do they not go all the way through?
I'm still gonna ask for a move test either way.
I will
Yeah.
roll for a move test.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You quickly scale over
Alright.
top. No problem.
I'm gonna jump over.
Okay.
I'm gonna place myself like right here.
All right.
As my maneuver, I can't attack this turn because I defended last turn.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna taunt the smelly things by spanking my butt in front of them.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then I'll pass.
Okay. So then roaches 1 and 2 get to go. 1, 2, and 3 get to go. 1's dead. 2 will go ahead and move on top of the corpse of Roach 1, and we'll I'll put it here just for ease of viewing, and we'll go ahead
Eek.
after Hamill. This thing has taken 2 damage, so let me adjust that before I attack, and then it'll go ahead and bite away. It will fail, so you're good. Then number 3 will, because it's getting taunted, will turn and attack Cujo, who's trying to spank it right now. So I will roll it. Also, this one is taking 2 damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna defend.
And it didn't actually hit, so you don't even have to. You can actually roll because there's things you can do on defense.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll. Yeah, because you can do counterattack.
All right, so
Got 1 success.
it doesn't have any weapons. It's not really able to push over. I'll just do a counterattack and hit it for 2.
Okay, and that will splat it on the ground. So that'll be enough. So Roach 3 is now splatted. Okay. So then it'll come around to Hamill. You now have 1 thing on you. Tchaikovsky is kind of starting to thrash around, but McCloud has wrapped his beautiful Seer arms around him. What do you want to do?
So I've already kind of chosen one as kind of the one that I'm attacking.
Okay.
Am I gonna have a problem if I continue shooting that one when I've got one
Yep.
on my side?
Yeah, you're trying to attack while something is engaged with you. Like when you're doing ranged, it's not gonna go
Okay.
well for you.
Can I crawl up on a thing on one of the shelves?
Absolutely. If you want to crawl and you want to perch on top of it, what you just
Yeah.
want to do, I'll go ahead and say
Yeah.
roll a move test. But if you succeed, I'll give you a positive modifier on your attack roll from a heightened position. So, okay.
That's a success.
So you climb up on top. So you can kind of position yourself wherever you want. I can do it for you. So like, it's kind of because you have to like hold down Alt if you don't want it into the if you don't want it to actually be in the specific grid. And so you have right now easy shots on everything but Roach 5. I would say Roach 5 is probably the only one that's still going to get defensive bonuses from you. But if you want to attach Roach 4 or Roach 2, no negatives, and I'll even give you a +1 mod for your height.
Sorry, I'm just rereading Hunter Instinct again. When you attack your prey, you can spend more FP to get a bonus on your first attack against it.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually think there's a benefit to switching my. No, okay. I'll just keep attacking that one.
Okay.
I'm just going to shoot at it again.
But
I'm not going to get a
one's
bonus.
That one? So
The one I was attacking before,
wasn't the
which
one
I think was 2.
I think you were attacking Roach 3, who's dead.
Oh, okay.
Roach 2 is the one that Helena hit. You didn't hit it.
Okay, then I'm still going to climb up on there, and then I'm going to attack the one that tried to sneak up on me.
Okay.
So I will spend 1 feral point to make it my prey,
Okay.
and then we'll see how that goes. I roll a 6,
Okay.
which is okay.
6 is good. Yep.
So then I'm going to spend another feral point to add another +1 to my attack.
You gotta roll. Remember, every time you spend a feral point, you gotta roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Rip.
But does my attack go through?
Yeah, we'll say it does.
All right, let me do the shoot test first.
Okay. Let me double check here. Feral effects. So roll a 1. What is your feral?
D6.
You got to roll another d6 for your feral effect.
Nope, she goes feral as well.
All right.
Roll 1 more d6 for how long you're feral
Wow.
for.
Yeah. You guys are the worst. You guys roll 1s. It's the most beautiful and
Jeff's-
wonderful.
Holy
times.
shit! I did the same thing.
Jeff's gonna be controlling the whole party by the
Yeah,
end of
pretty
this.
soon. It's gonna be like, oh, why are you guys hitting yourselves? Why are you guys hitting yourselves? Okay. I'll say, because I'm a merciful GM, that your shot goes off nonetheless.
Okay, and I'll use the extra success to do an extra damage on it because I had 2 successes on the hit.
Okay. The 2 damage is enough to kill it, actually. It only had 2 health, so that one, Roach 2, is squat, but in the process of doing so, your bloodthirstiness takes over, and you are... Yeah.
So I'm just like crazy little Weasel on the top of like the shelves in the store, just like
Yeah.
foaming at the mouth, looking for somewhere to like become like a flying squirrel and like jump off.
Yeah. Okay, so grappling. So McCloud, it's your turn. You are currently grappling your ally.
I'm gonna have to break it here so I can take care of the roaches that came up.
Okay, so you can just choose to let go. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then you have your actions.
So I'm gonna turn the roach next to me and swing at it with a machete.
Go for it. Roach 5 has not been touched yet.
2 successes, which is 4 damage.
And it is 1 shot and dead.
I'll use my extra success to jump up, turn initiative by 2.
It needs 4 damage to kill it.
Oh, it needs 4. Okay,
yeah, it
that's
needs
fine.
4,
All 4
yeah.
of them.
Okay. So you're good. All right. And there's only 1 that you can see left. And then it'll be. You still have your fast action. That's what we call it, invested now, fast and slow. But like, what do you want to do? It's maneuver, but if there's something you wanted to do with it, you can still do stuff with it.
Isn't that pulling out a weapon?
You can draw a weapon, sure. Oh yeah, you pulled out your machete. You're right.
Right,
Good call.
yeah.
Yep. Thanks for being honest. Helena, your turn. You've got Hamill, who's frothing like a rabid weasel on top of one of these shopping shelves. You've got Tchaikovsky, who was thrashing around until McCloud just let go of him. The cockroaches don't seem to be the problem right now. It seems to be your guys' own ability to keep yourselves under control. What do you want to do? And you still hear that sounds behind you.
Yeah, I want to make sure that the store is shut.
Okay, we'll assume then
like-
that the little froggy friend is following you, and I'll bring him inside.
Okay, so yeah, so like the store is shut,
Fair enough.
and then I know probably the best of like, I mean, not as good as Cujo, but like feral effects. Like they want to run and they're gonna want to get somewhere. So I'm gonna move back this way a little bit,
Okay. All right.
and then that'll be about it.
Okay. You don't want to do anything? You don't want to do any action or anything? You just want to close the door? That's it? Yeah, I think that would be it. If you're going to move over, close the door, and
yeah.
move around. That's probably your whole turn. Okay.
Yeah, like 2 moves.
All right, so then the one cockroach is left. I'm going to roll. I can attack. Hamill would probably. Actually, I can attack any one of them because these things can fly. So I'm going to roll a d6. 1 to 2 is Hamill. 3 to 4 is Chai. 5 to 6 is Cujo. It is 6. It's going to come right over here, stand on top of this rubble, and it will attempt to attack.
I'll defend.
Gotcha. Figured. This one hasn't been touched. It's got its full strength. And it will miss. Like, it's just really bad at life.
All right, I'll just counterattack for 2.
Gotcha. All right, so it's going to come right back around to Chai. Chai, at this point, you're going to run. Right down south, a little bit off the screen. Let me see if I can shift the screen a little bit for everybody so that they can actually see some of this. So down to the south here, where I'm pinging, it looks like for us we would recognize as that's where some automated doors used to be, and like there were also some like cashier register table things there that have been totally broken and gone through. Chai, you see the open like an opening in the wall a bit there, just enough to be able to kind of sneak through, and so you just are gonna just bolt right through it. What's your movement?
I have a 1 in the skill and then 2 in agility.
Well, do you have anything? I mean, everyone's got like a base, like the same base. So unless you have like the one talent that Helena has that doubles her movement, then you're fine. So yeah, you're gonna move. He's gonna get out of the building, but you can still kind of see him. So he's not like completely away yet. Cujo, you got 1 more left. You've already done some damage to this one. You don't have your action though.
No. I guess I'll just like. I'll just pass.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ready myself.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see. You can. I mean, if you have any items, you can always use an item with your maneuver.
Yeah, I don't really need to use anything.
Okay. So then it'll come around to Hamill. Hamill, you will do the same thing. You will run out the window. And McCloud, it is your turn. You have seen the 2 of them begin to run. There seems to be 1 more roach available. What do you want to do?
I'll just work on the roach for now.
Okay.
I'll saw maneuver to it.
Okay, go for it.
Take a swing.
You want to push?
Yeah, I'll just push it.
Okay. Okay, so take 2 points of strength damage. And how much damage, base damage, does your machete do?
It's 2 per hit, so it'd be 2 or 4.
Okay. What do you mean 2 per hit? It should be 2 for the first success, and then the additional successes should be unless you have something I don't know about.
The machete does 2 damage, so is each one is 2 damage?
The first success is is like your hit, and then you have the extra successes, and that's what you spend stunts on, and you can spend 1 extra success to do extra damage. So right there, you're doing 3 damage.
Oh, I see.
Okay, it's fine. It's still enough to kill it, but like.
Okay.
So
It doesn't scale with the weapon. Like if your weapon does more than 1 damage, it doesn't.
I see.
The first success is always weapon damage, and in any additional successes you can spend on stunts. And the most common stunt that you spend for an attack is just the extra damage one, and it's only 1 point of damage. And you can spend as many extra successes as you want on damage. There's other things you can do, but it's still enough to kill it. And so this thing is smushed. All right, Helena, it's your turn. I'm gonna keep us an initiative for just a little while longer. What would you like to do?
Okay. She's gonna call out.
Okay.
Before she opens the door.
All right.
Just be like, "Hello, is anybody there?"
And you hear someone calling. Yes. Help me, please. And it's coming from inside. There's like there's actually 4 doors immediately around you. There's one right to your right, where I just pinged, one to your left, another one up and to the right, and then another one straight ahead. The ones on your right have these strange symbols on them. Roll a comprehend test.
Are they the bathrooms?
Yes, they are. But let's see if Helena knows that.
Okay.
I'll give you a +1 to this because you did actually see bathrooms before in this adventure. When you guys.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
So +1 to that. Yeah. Okay,
Oh.
you would know that the two symbols are designations of like the different of two
Genitalia.
gender. Yeah, it's like basically like two like really stereotypical like just binary like a binary gender system, right? So it's just got a male. It's got like a person standing with legs and a person standing with like a triangle at the bottom. So. Remember, this is like a much older
Yeah.
apocalypse. So that's what we got.
So Helena's gonna ask first. Are there any cockroaches in there?
No. But there's just so many around. Be careful.
And then she'll take their word for it, and she'll enter the room if
All right.
I'm allowed in
So
there.
you go ahead and open that door, and you should be able to see now.
I see him.
And you can see that a very frightened and wounded-looking frog is standing, or not standing, but actually huddled in the corner of what is some kind of storage closet, but pretty much everything's been cleaned out at this point. But he sees you, and a cat? What? Who are you?
Oh, just looking for you, and then she'll just kind of like crouch down. And can I do a heal test for my action?
Sure, yeah.
And then would you say he's like physically wounded?
Yeah, he's definitely physically wounded.
Okay, so that gives me a mod.
He's a little bit of everything, actually. Okay.
Sweet.
And you immediately start patching his wounds. He's like, I don't know who you are, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've got separated from my others, and you'll see.
Then I'll wave behind me at the one who is following with me.
And they're like, oh, and the other person who's been following you kind of gives the guy a really dirty look, and it's just like, you fucking coward. You left us to die and ran like a chicken shit. You're wasting your heals on this one. Yeah. And that is Helena's
Helena
turn.
will just be like, really?
Okay. All right. So at this point, I'll go ahead and we'll break. Go ahead and break combat here, or turn order. Not saying that it can't possibly kick back up, but we'll break it for now. So the roaches that you think they're mostly dead. A couple of you have rot points and such that you have to concern yourselves with. Tchaikovsky and Hamill are running away, and Cujo and McCloud, what do you two want to do about it? You also notice that there's a body. Cujo, you saw it on the ground. You couldn't tell immediately whether they were living or dead, but there's someone over there as well.
You say they're mostly dead, or are they all dead? Because mostly dead is still slightly alive.
I would say you probably couldn't have determined that just from a quick glance. You would have to kind of get down there and really check.
I'm gonna tell everyone that I saw someone, and where I'm gonna move to check it out.
Okay.
So.
And are you gonna just let Chai and Hamill run off?
Yeah, we'll find him eventually.
Okay. The person
My tracker is
the person who can track, who can hunt, is who actually has the hunt roll.
Good to know where we stand.
All right. And so I'll go ahead and say, McCloud, what do you want to do?
I will run after them.
Okay, so you're gonna run after one. I'll say you can get to one of them, and you can try to tackle one of them if you want, but you have to make a choice. So you have to choose Melissa or Derek. The other one,
the
other one's fucking dead, man.
If two people had come, this wouldn't have been a choice. But I mean, that wasn't the way this went.
Well, I'm sorry you guys decided to go feral.
Last time we looked for you, and you go feral.
It's rich, Logan, judging people for going feral. That's so good. All right. Okay. So who are you
I have to
picking?
go for the tactical choice here of Chai, because we're at the reptile. He's got ins here.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying. All right. So then go ahead and roll your force test, and then Chai, same thing. Go ahead and roll to resist it.
I will push mine.
Okay. You are free to do so.
Got one.
And you manage to tackle him to the ground while Hamill disappears into the tangled, crumpled parking lot / sinkhole of this strip mall area. Nowhere to be seen. Cujo, when you come over and you take a look, you kneel down. This person is in grave danger. They are barely breathing. They seem to have all sorts of insect bites all over them. Welts are starting to grow. Like it looks like they're going to burst, even like these disgusting blisters. There's other wounds that are actually oozing this yellowish pus. They seem to be really suffering from severe rot right now.
I'm gonna try and talk to him and see if he can speak.
Summon your healer.
They're very someone there, and like you can see that they're trying to open their eyes, but there's these huge like welts on their brow that just they can't quite get open.
Can I use a healing potion on him?
You can. That'll help with the heal, but it's not going to help the rot. But yeah, you can go ahead and drop a healing potion, which will probably avoid them dying in the next few seconds. But until the rot's cleaned, like they're still going to be in danger.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna pour my healing potion all over his body, and then I'm gonna call for Helena.
Okay.
See if we can help at all.
Helena, if you come rushing up, you can see that this guy is definitely covered in rot. And he's got all sorts of like bites from these cockroaches, and the wounds need to be cleaned. You need to spend time like washing him, find fresh water, clean him up as best as possible.
Can I use my water supplies?
You can, but there's probably not enough. We're talking like bathe him. Yours would probably we'll probably buy time for sure. So how many rations do you have?
I have 11.
Okay, that'll buy a while. That'll probably buy...
I also have 10.
Okay, so you can go ahead and spend all of your...
So you keep your 10 because we'll need some to drink later, but I'll spend all my 11.
Okay, no problem. Okay. And that'll definitely buy him a little time. Okay.
Do I need to do also a heal test on top of that?
So basically what that's going to do is that's going to cut his rot score in half, which you guys just did with the rations, but he's still got a decently high between the health pot and what you just did. That's probably saved his life. And so he seems to be out of immediate danger, but he's probably going to be pretty weak and need to be carried out of here.
Okay.
I can do that.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for that?
He's actually much bigger than you too. This is a fairly big, but yeah, you will. Once you guys leave and start climbing out, yeah, you're going to have to roll. At this point, you guys turn and you see McCloud is dragging Tchaikovsky, who's kicking and screaming like a really angry child, back inside of the Dollar Tree. You don't see any signs of Hamill.
Can we look around for supplies to maybe tie up Chai?
Can we just put him in one of the restrooms?
Lock it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one that I just pinged, that's the one with the two straight legs. The one to the south is the one that's got the triangle leg.
I'll throw him in the lady restroom.
Okay. So you guys bring Chai kicking and screaming into a very stinky, disgusting restroom that hasn't been cleaned in like 30 years or something. And when Luke Bryan sees him, he's like, whoa, very confused. But meanwhile, Luke Bryan and his ally there are just in this constant state of fighting between the two of them. They're just angry and going back and forth. Switching this over off the combat map at this point. All right, so you got a missing Hamill, who is the best person to actually hunt someone down. Because now you don't actually have access to the hunt skill.
She can hunt back into our pack. She'll find her way.
Okay.
She has to heal first.
I have to run for 6 hours first. And then, nap or something.
Yeah.
Immediate danger. Everyone seems to be out of immediate danger, but you did know that there were more bugs around. Just, you heard them when you were like moving around in the big tree. You heard them when you were kind of coming, and you know that they can fly as well. You don't immediately see anybody, but you probably don't want to linger too long.
Can we quickly look for artifacts in this main room?
Okay.
Because we did promise Faraday.
Okay. Go ahead and if you want, just expend a couple point. Actually, go ahead and just roll a comprehend test as you just look around to see what might be useful.
Oh, I'm bad for this, but okay.
I have big badger brain. I comprehend everything.
I'll try and I'll push. I
the
know. Do I
person-
want to push my 2?
It's up to you.
Yes.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
Okay. So, Derek, do you remember what I gave you last time?
Cigars.
I think I gave him a carton of cigarettes. Did I give you the Tupperware container?
No.
Okay, you find a Tupperware container. You don't know it's a Tupperware container, but you know very simply that, like, oh, this has a lid on it and I can put stuff inside, right? So there's that. You got the hanging and the singing fish. And you also find, like, this, in one corner of the room, this, like, tipped over rectangle that's very colorful and has all these small little cylindrical objects around. A lot of them have been busted and are spilled, and you pick up 2 intact cylindrical items. So I'll give you the comprehend credit for the Tupperware, so you know what the Tupperware is, but the 2 cylindrical objects you'll have to figure out later.
There's so many things that could be.
Oh, there's really not as many as you think, but
Sounds like a vending machine.
there you go. See, look, this is the guy. Like,
Yep.
It's not just Chai, but it's Derek. He gets it.
I got 2 Joja Colas.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, hey, look at this. Hi, Jen. All right. So now what?
At this point, I would kind of want to start looking. What's Chaya? Is he still crazy?
Yeah, he's gonna be crazy for a while, and you guys,
no.
he's like pushing and like banging against the door to try to get out, and maybe you task the NPCs there with just like keeping him in.
Did you make sure there's not a window in the bathroom? Because you're going to go back in the bathroom.
He's
and
trying
not going
to
to be there.
He's like a lizard trying to escape down the toilet.
You.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Gross.
I doubt the plumbing
It's
still
in the
works.
middle of the building, so I think it's solid.
Okay.
Okay. Can I like look for shredded grass? Because I feel like even while feral, Hamill would just be like ripping out grass.
There's no real grass down here. There's like weeds and plants and such. But remember, you're in a massive sinkhole.
Yeah.
So there's really not grass here, and it has this like really big tree covering over top of it, where like a giant tree has sprouted up out of the.
Is she just
parking
at the edge of the sinkhole, like trying her darndest to like run up the side, and it's just sort of like run, slide, run, slide.
At this point, she's trying to climb the outer fence and is getting shot over and over again. She's totally dead. She's not making it back. Okay. Okay. So what's the plan?
Is there anyone else from O'Brien's little squad here that we haven't found?
Let's see. Nope, you got the 2 that were in here. There was another one that Helena and Hamill found, but they were dead. They were in the treetops, unfortunately. So there was a squad of 4 that came, counting Luke, and you have 3 of them.
All right, I think we get out of here then.
Okay.
That's all there is.
All right. All right. So if you, that means someone's going to have to carry the one guy. So Cujo, you're going to be doing that. Are you not going to look at all for Hamill?
I want to look for Hamill.
Okay. You can roll scout, but I'm going to want 2 successes on this because it's not a hunt test. I feel like I started reading a little bit more of the skills. We got to be a little bit better about that hunt.
Oh no, I don't have any points in Scout. Scout is wits, and I. We'll see how this goes.
Only someone in the group had that skill.
Okay.
Man.
You all look around, but this place is just a mix of like machine jungle, right? It's just cars that have been twisted and broken, glass, metal. There's other stores similar to the one that you entered, but they have been collapsed and broken upon and weaved together with like the earth from the sinkhole that sank. You can smell this strange gas coming up out of the ground in certain places. You also don't really get a ton of light down here either because of the canopy of the tree, and there's not any easy ground like sand or snow or even mud to be able to track her tiny little feet. And plus she's small and she got away. Yeah, she's got away.
No.
So Melissa, you
Rest in
can
peace, Hamill.
start rolling up a new character if you want. All right.
But
So I'm just going to read. It says the beast takes complete control. You lose both your ability to speak. You immediately run away into the wilderness and must now fight whoever tries to stop you. You regain control of your character only when someone heals you. But that is only possible after D6 hours.
have we just not played it that way? Or
No,
have we
we've-
actually
you-
found them?
You found them. People chased and found them. We had 2 that
Yeah.
time. Yeah. So technically,
Screw you guys.
Had you able to hunt?
Screw you guys.
on the bright side, once you regain your senses, you have developed another animal power. So there's that. There's always that to
For
look forward to.
some other group that maybe that resistant cell doesn't kill off other resistant cells.
Okay. So you all begin climbing up out of the sinkhole then. I need everyone to go ahead and roll force tests to climb out, but I need Cujo.
Wait, what are we doing about Chai?
Oh, yeah, good call.
He's still feral.
We have to knock him out or something.
Yeah.
Just
Could
take him
I
on.
spend like some time to make a sleepy potion?
Is there a sleepy potion? Do you have... I mean, that's going to take a while, I would say, because you have to get the ingredients. I don't know if you have ingredients for a sleepy
That's
potion.
true.
Because don't you have to roll for collecting shit?
I'm
I'm pulling up our brew
yes.
potions handout here. So
trying to.
many Munderman's plants, you know them. You pick them. First, you must choose which kind of potion you want to brew, and then you must spend a few hours in nature to find the right herbs. So yes, you could, but you would have to go out into nature, which means you would probably have to go up out of the sinkhole.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
But you could do it. I would say once you get to the surface, you totally can. All right. So, McCloud, are you just gonna like open the door and shoot him a couple times?
I'm not gonna shoot him, but
Maybe
maybe
you
beat
should
him up.
shoot
Just like bonk him on the head.
I'll tell you, if you go in melee with him, I'm gonna make you roll. If you just open the door and shoot him a couple times, we'll just say, just for the sake of moving the story
Shoot him
along.
with what? I don't have a gun.
Helena, you got a crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Definitely do no harm is not something that Helena follows. So
That's very true.
Clearly.
I just shoot him with a crossbow, immediately hit him with a healing potion, just smash it on his forehead.
So if you're looking to just take him down, do damage to him, I'll say you can go ahead and fire into the door blindly and eventually shoot and take him down to 0 strength. But I will require, though, Tchaikovsky will have to roll an injury. I think that's what's gonna... Yeah, so let's see how badly you guys did. You just gave him a concussion, not lethal, so everything's fine.
Okay. Good.
So you shot him, he fell down, he banged his head on a dirty, ugly toilet, and he has a bit of a concussion. So you have -1 to scout and comprehend for 5 days. All right. But you managed to knock him out, and we'll say that we'll say Luke Brine begrudgingly carries him out. So does the other. Cujo's carrying the third of the frogs that were found. The rest of you are moving up. So I want everyone to go ahead and roll your force test and go ahead and do yours at a -1, Logan, for carrying. Actually, -2. He's pretty big. -2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty strong, dude.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wait, what are we doing our force test for?
Because you're climbing out of the sinkhole.
Oh, okay.
It's a steep incline.
You gotta
Cool.
pass.
Dog meat. I just noticed that Fallout reference.
I'll push.
Okay, go for it.
Ugh.
I got 2 successes.
So you can lend one of your successes over to Cujo.
Got it.
Cujo, you're still going to take 2 points of damage as you move
Yep.
up.
Done.
But well, probably Helena sees you struggling and will come down and
I
help.
just like give you my tail, and as I'm just cruising up.
I'll bite on it and
Oh
pull
god.
myself up.
Yeah. Okay, and so all of you, with the exception of Hamill, you all get up. And who knows where Hamill is?
She's just hiding. She's just hiding in the store somewhere.
Quite literally, I'm the only one. The giant picked her up and put her in his pocket.
No.
Now that I'm up top, can I try and like scout again? Like see if I see her.
Oh, now you care.
I scouted for you once already. I'm
I
the
did.
only one.
Hey, I also
Oh,
scouted.
did you? Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't find her.
Okay. I think that's their YouTube channel. I should probably do their Twitch too. Whatever, that's fine. We're all friends. All right, so you all are up out of this big area. You have no idea where Hamill is. When you get up, it's nearly dark. It's like you've been down there for a few hours, nearing dark. That's eloquent. What do you want to do? You know that you would not be able to get back to the reptile habitat before dark.
Then maybe we'll post up somewhere
Okay.
for camp.
All right. I'll switch us over to the valley map so you can kind of get a general gist of where you're at. Okay. So
Could we possibly set up like where we're kind of like up in like a tree or something, and then below we like set out like some meat or something, like a carcass, and then like
okay.
try and bait out Hamill?
Okay. Why? Yeah, I mean, like if you're trying to find a really good place to camp, that's you want to put meat out for her.
Do weasels
She's
eat meat?
feral. What does she eat?
Melissa,
She hunts animals.
Yeah, she hunts
Yeah,
animals.
I'm a hunter, so I
Yeah.
do.
Huh.
But I have to be healed first.
God.
That's the thing. Somebody has to heal
No, but
me.
I'm trying to bait you to us so I can find you. So, like, let's say you're just really hungry and you're like, oh, here's this delicious dead thing on the ground. Let me get a nibble.
Okay.
And
All right.
then I'm like, all right, Cujo, hit her on the head. And then, boom, we got you.
Okay. How about we do? Let's see. Let's do a roll for that. Do like a no nature maybe. Do something like that. Like where no nature probably doesn't really fit here. Yeah, no, let's do that. That's the best knowledge one we have. So just go ahead and roll no nature just to try to assess like where is a safe place to camp and
Can our brains do that?
how might your unfortunately Tchaikovsky is one of your brains, and I would say after 1d6 hours eventually he's like, by the time you guys climb up, look around for Hamill a little bit and then find your place to camp, it's been d6 hours. So at this point, if you want to roll your heal test on Tchaikovsky to heal his feral nature, go right ahead.
Okay. And since I did cause oh, that's not a severe injury.
No, you're good. You don't. That one isn't fatal or anything. It was actually a really reasonable one for him to get.
Boom.
Okay, so you are no longer feral. So now you can roll a heal test to try to heal him if you want,
On it.
because you guys actually broke him so that he wouldn't.
Boom. A double success, my dude.
Okay, so you're no longer broken, and you can take an extra point of damage back. As feral, you wake as a Tchaikovsky. You wake up from your feral dream. You don't have any weird PTSD moments like Cujo's been having, as you do vaguely remember getting shot by Helena, and
Maybe drinking out of the toilet bowl.
yeah, and you remember your face. Yeah, his face is just covered in like decades
Just
old shit sludge.
Poop.
Yeah. But you also don't forget you get an extra power, Derek. So,
Your animal powers can't go past 4, correct?
but you can
Correct.
But you can replace if you have a fourth if you want. You're welcome to replace.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So night continues, and let me roll some danger die here.
Oh, can our Mr. Smarty Pants roll for our meat placement of like where we could try and bait out?
Yeah. Once you wake him up and you fill him in on what's going down with Hamill, go ahead and roll a no nature check there, Tchaikovsky. Okay. Yeah. So you find a really good place to set up camp between Cujo and Chai, because Cujo being a badger himself, or in the badger tribe, I should say. and probably has spent the most time, you might be able to do a decent job of figuring out what's Hamill's favorite food and what you might have access to. Oh, that's right. We have a seer.
Also, our seer could see. Long.
You could predict.
Wink, wink,
No.
Nudge, nudge.
Longley, don't do it. Don't see Hamill. See something else.
You're
See
a jerk.
See a new and better character. No.
I see a great deal on a 2021
I see a
F-150.
large moose
Hamill's the
that joins our party.
Yeah.
If Helena dies,
Matt
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
be-
play with us for a little bit, and he was gonna roll a moose, but schedules just haven't worked out, unfortunately. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do a while you guys are camped up, McCloud?
What kind of assisting towards the skill would it be?
So you guys need a finder still, so you can make this this will probably give you an auto success towards your scout test form because I'm requiring 2 successes on scout to find her.
Okay, I'll cook up a little seer up in this tree.
Okay. Can you it's been a while. Can you describe the process?
It's been a while.
Yeah, let's just
So I gotta get to the highest branch of this tree.
Okay.
Do a little handstand.
Okay.
Attempt a one-handed one, but it's not gonna work out. So I have to go with 2 hands.
Okay.
And then my hat starts spinning and the visions come to me.
Yeah. And for those who might just be joining for the first time, he has one of those little hats with the propeller on top.
Oh yeah.
Just magically spins whenever he's trying to look into the future. Okay. So go for it.
And then I'm gonna get visions of where Hamill might be.
Go
Let's
for it. Roll your check.
And I got the one.
Okay. That'll give you 1 success on the roll. Did you want to push that?
Yeah, it's a free push. I'll push it.
Why isn't your scry? Oh, okay, your skills. Are you really low on instinct right now?
Oh no, I didn't roll the 5 for some reason.
Yeah, roll 5d6. Yeah. I don't know why that's not working for you.
All right, they're all ones.
It's fine. It's your
Just no more
Hang on.
successes.
that's your instinct. So you can't push. If you push, you're going to take 3 points of doubt. So no more successes. That was your 5 for your instinct, and then it rolled your 2 skill die.
Yeah.
You got a success on it. So you probably don't want to push that, right?
Okay.
It's up to you. If you want to, go right ahead. You take 3 points of doubt if you want.
He'll
Yeah, I'm doing
break
it.
his mind.
You're gonna
will
do it?
break.
Push it.
Okay, push
You'll
it.
only get 2 extra die.
So roll 3d6.
3d6.
Roll 3d6. And we'll say the first one is your skill.
Oh,
Easy.
wow.
Okay. Take 4 points of doubt and you do, however, succeed and get 2 successes. So when the time comes, if you guys go searching for Hamill, you will now have your 2 successes for scouts.
Long's brain just exploded inside of his skull doing that.
Do you want to go looking for her tonight before you all camp? It's dark now at this point. Do you want to go looking for her tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Chai, Helena, Cujo, you're all going to look out. McCloud, are you going with, or are you going to hang back with the NPCs at the camp?
Ooh. I'll hang out. I don't need to search with them.
Okay.
While he was doing his scry, I took 2 rations of water to restore 2 things of agility.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
I guess I'll go look for Hamill.
All right. As those of you are searching for Hamill, looking around as best you can, checking the rim of the sinkhole, when you look up, you suddenly, and out of nowhere, the sky shifts from this overwhelming blackness with stars twinkling here and there to all possible colors, like purples and greens and yellows and oranges, and even colors that you've probably never seen in nature anywhere, and maybe only with some of the things that you found with your human ancestors. The swaths of color begin to pulsate slowly and with increasing frequency. This also happens as it expands outward from the edge of the sinkhole towards where you all were camping. And so McCloud, you and the NPCs start to see it as well. And it just continues to go. It continues to pulsate over the course of several hours. This has the positive effect of actually giving you lots of vision as you're searching around for her. But at the same time, all of your fur and your hair begins to stand on end, and all of your metal artifacts, anything you have on you that's metal, begin to give off this some kind of strange hum. And you can feel any of it that touches against your skin or your fur gives you an electrical shock. I need to roll this for everybody, I think. Does anybody have any electrical artifacts on them?
I have a battery.
The battery would count.
Was it flashlight?
Megaphone?
Flashlight would count. Megaphone would count. Okay.
I have a Tupperware.
Tupperware does not count. Okay, so these first 4 die are for you guys. All right, so you all feel like these little headaches begin to come on, but as long you notice that as long as you like keep your eyes down and not focus too heavily at the light, it doesn't really seem to like you can kind of avoid it. You kind of just keep your eyes downcast and just benefit from the light. These next
Are microchips hurting us?
the next 4 are for your electrical artifacts, and all of your electrical artifacts take 1 point of damage. So mark the bonus down. Reduce the bonus of your items by 1.
What's the flashlights originally?
I don't know what my megaphone bonus is.
I was about to say my battery doesn't have a bonus.
Your battery, I don't recall, but
Because I don't think we have the list of artifacts, and I don't think you ever told
it's
us.
it should be in the thing. Like, let me pull it up for you. I have it in.
I'll look through them
PDF.
since I'm not doing anything right now.
I got it right here. Okay, so we got megaphone. I got it. I have the PDF up. So megaphone is normally a +2 to dominate, manipulate, and intimidate. So it's down to plus. So we should be down to +1. What else do people have? Shout out again. So megaphone's done.
Flashlight
Don't have flashlight.
and battery.
So I'll have to check the other book for those two. I think flashlight might be +2. So just reduce it to a 1.
Okay.
Okay, and then battery don't really got to worry about right now because battery is really just something that you power something else with. Okay, now on the bright side, you all do manage to find Hamill about a 1/4 mile north of the sinkhole. She seems to be hiding within some sort of tree hollow at the base of it, snarling as you all approach. But because there's so many of you and because you kind of corner her, you're able to kind of quickly, the two, I would say Cujo and Tchaikovsky can kind of hold her down. Helena, you can come up and roll your heal test as you try to put your hand on top of her forehead and calm. Got to push that.
Yep.
Okay, so take
All right.
3 points of doubt, but you are successful at eliminating that. And so you come to Hamill, having taken... you've been gone for a while, however. So you're going to take 4 points of fatigue and 2 points of damage when they finally find you. You've been through some shit the past few hours. You've seen some things.
Literally.
Yeah, you stink. The Carpe Diem. Oh my god, that's fantastic. That might be my favorite pun you've ever done, Brendan. Okay. You bring her back to camp.
And I think all of my friends just love me and found me as soon as they possibly could.
You're going to have some PTSD moments of being abandoned. But you make it back to camp. You sleep throughout the night just fine. And in the morning, you all wake up. If any of you had taken any confusion, any wits damage, basically, you can go ahead and restore it from your sleep. Make sure that you pop your food and your water. We'll also say on the way back, by the time you get to the kind of the edge of the reptile encampment, you find enough streams that you can dunk the guy in and like wash away the rot. The rest of you as well should be doing this. I need everyone who took rot to roll a number of d6 equal to the rot that you took.
Did we take rot just for being in there?
No.
Only getting attacked by the roaches.
It was getting attacked by the roaches.
Okay.
There were other things, but you guys didn't really interact with them, so you're good. But just roll a number of d6 equal to the rot points you took. We're doing this kind of retroactively.
Does anybody have any extra water?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll throw you 2.
Thank you. I have extra food if anybody needs it.
All right, so Hamill, you now have 1 permanent rot point.
Aw.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got that backwards. You rolled a 6, not a 1. You're good. Never mind. It was a 1 you have to avoid. So you guys are all good. As you and the new frog friend that you met wash in the waters of the reptile habitat, and you have an uneventful return to the reptile habitat. However, you get to the edge of it, and you know that the last time you were here, Cujo did not have a particularly... Cujo, Hamill, you all didn't really make a good first impression. So
I'm ready to fight him again.
It's up to you whether you want to go into the reptile habitat now.
No,
Couldn't
I'll
Luke-
set up a little stool and just hang out and
Okay.
start a carving or something.
Hamill, you didn't have a particularly good time either. Not as bad as
No.
Cujo. So, do you want to stay outside the boundaries?
Sure.
Okay. So the rest of you, if you like, you can go with Chai to deliver the frogs, or you can hang back.
Yeah, I'll come with.
Okay. So
While they were traveling back, are they able to restore any of their doubt through the animal behaviors or like?
if you want to say we took a break while you guys were washing and taking your baths to get rid of the rot, say if you want to take a couple hours to do your sunbathing and stuff, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Just means you arrive a little bit later in the day. Okay.
That works for me.
And Helena, the part of your washing is your self-grooming.
Yep.
So you're looking away. So the 3 of you, it's Tchaikovsky, Helena, and McCloud, you arrive as heroes, basically, as you bring Luke Bryan, who has been getting berated and sort of picked on by this other frog this whole time, who it looks like Luke's ranking has probably dropped a bit. You can definitely tell that the one frog that had the rot issues, that definitely was he's gonna have some pretty terrible and ugly scarring for the rest of his life, but seems to be he's able eventually to kind of get his own footing and walk himself. But you make it back. Tchaikovsky, you run into Serge. Ringo's left. He left when you guys went for your on your trip, and you track down Boyer, who had gone and taken a few other folks to look at a secondary. Like there were 2 different places that they weren't sure where Luke might have gone. You all obviously got the one where the cool stuff happened, and they had a relatively uneventful exploration of a broken down gas station. But yeah, you meet Boyer. She's very thankful, and she can see that like a mother to a child is just like browbeating like Serge, just like smacking him on the head like with a rolled up magazine and such, and just if he had ears, I don't think he does, she would kind of grab it and box those ears and such. But after that they'll come outside of the terrarium, and she'll have a very frank and serious discussion with the 3 of you, and she'll say, We've heard rumors that joining the resistance is very, very dangerous. We've heard that those that join up don't live a very long life thereafter. So, understand I say this with great trepidation, but I'm putting my life and the lives of those who look to me as their pack leader in your hands, Tchaikovsky. Please, when you, and whatever leadership there is for the resistance, send us on missions or whatever it is you want us to do, remember that we're not just a number on a ledger, but we're actually people with names. I am Boyer. You obviously know Luke. That guy over there, his name's Harold. He's the one that got all those ugly facial scars. And the other one, well, I honestly can't remember his name. I think it started with a T. But the point is, please, don't don't kill us.
Oh.
So Chai, is there anything you want to do here in your habitat before you get out of here? Oh man.
I guess I'll just go up to Luke and just like threaten him, or like, you know, get rough and aggressive and just say like, you mess with me again and I will not ever help you.
He's all back and safe now, so he's kind of like being a little chesty in such a way, and he's just like, it wasn't you who saved me. It was that cat. You were running away like a coward is what you were doing.
And then Helena will be behind Chai, and she'll be like,
roll a dominate test, and you can get like +2 because you've got Helena and McCloud with you.
And he just deranked.
oh,
He did
I'm
just
rolling.
do
Okay.
no, let Chai do it since we're in the reptiles.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
This is
No pressure.
This is your chance.
Uh,
This is your chance to
come
go up a
on.
rank. This is your chance.
uh,
Wait. Do you have nothing in dominate?
I don't have anything in dominate.
Do you want to push?
Yeah, I mean, there's no loss.
Okay.
Oh.
Or that
Well,
loss.
there's 2 losses.
All right, well, I'm broken.
You're just having doubt. It's not physically.
Yeah, you're just mentally broken, not physically.
I think Derek is mentally broken too. Oh, Derek.
No.
You're like the most cursed roller I know, and I even
I'm
know
not- I
Dan
can't get
from
that
the
upset
Defenders of
because-
Kobold, and I think you're worse than him. Oh,
I was able to pull off Electric Bastion Land, so I can't even be upset.
that's fair.
That's true.
That's fair.
You were clutch.
So he just sort of like sniffs your like this, just kind of sticks his frog nose and he just leaves. But it also seems as though he might have been kicked out of the pack. So that could be interesting.
Oh.
Do you show anybody the new find? The singing fish?
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I guess.
He just like holds it up. Behold.
It's like
No, yeah, I would-
it's like
I would
say
go to, like, the-
anything.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I would go to like the most popular tavern or bar or whatever it would be called here and like hang that right up on the wall and like point and be like, I got that.
Okay.
I got that.
And then so if you read, like that actually would help you with comprehend tests and such. You can leave it here if you want, but at any time you want to do any sort of comprehend rolls when you're back in town, when you're back in your habitat, you can always just go here like that. Or actually, I'm just gonna say you're just gonna get like a +2, like whenever you try to understand artifacts in your own habitat. But it also, as everyone looks at it and they watch, as there's this fish that's completely immobile, and all of a sudden its head turns and it starts singing a doo-wop song, and then its tail starts wagging, and everyone looks up at it with great awe and excitement. And like there's this moment where it's almost like Footloose, where people's feet just start to tap just uncontrollably, and they don't realize what's happening. And you've brought music and dance to the reptile habitat, and you may go up 1 in your rank for doing so.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yay.
As everyone looks around like, that's way better than that toilet seat that Luke Bryan bought back. We don't even have a toilet. We just shit where we eat and everything's fine.
No, they just hold it underneath themselves and they like use it that way. And they're like, here
Yeah.
you go, your turn.
John Lithgow comes over and he's like, I'm gonna get you. And then yeah, it's great. It's great. So with your mission done, what do you guys want to do?
Oh.
And successful. So you got your party.
That was so beautiful. I don't want to go home.
Okay. You can go back to Truffaut with the helicopter and just get your next mission.
Yeah, maybe put in a good word for the cell we recruited and beg the shiny math rocks for mercy.
Okay. All right.
Can we have another Seer mission where they live, they survive?
Yeah, scry our own cells mission. They hand out pamphlets peacefully and nobody was stabbed in the back.
Yeah. Okay. So we're heading back.
Yeah, let's
To the
report back to
helicopter.
True.
Yes.
All right. Is
I
anyone
got a Tupperware to show off to Truffaut.
Has anyone
Did we ever figure out what those lights were, or were they just like a passing in the night?
You don't know.
Okay.
You can roll a no nature with I think it's a -1 to your roll. -1 mod to the
Oh,
roll.
we can do -3 if you want. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna lose it either way.
-1.
Oh, I didn't click my character.
Should be on the bottom of the map.
Yeah. Why is this not working?
Because it hates you.
Probably. Oh, there it goes.
Nope.
All right. Just fascinating lights.
Yeah, it was kind of strange, kind of odd. But you start heading back to the helicopter. It's a decently long trek because you're going from effectively like the north central side of the valley down to like the southwest. But you managed to circumvent because you just came by this path a couple days ago, so you kind of knew where the checkpoints were set up, and you can probably easily circumvent them and kind of make it to, make it across the river. All of you can go ahead and roll force tests to swim across if you want to swim across the river, and then after that, it's probably relatively smooth sailing. So, I think it's move, not force, but it's the same. All of you look good so far. So we just need Derek. Nope.
Wait, can I do move?
What do you mean? Can you do move? Are you fatigued?
No, but I mean,
Yes,
I have
do
points of
move. It
agility.
should have
Yeah,
been
move is better.
move, but the other 3 had succeeded, so I didn't want to take it away from them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
It's trying for an extra.
definitely Chai is struggling with his little wagon as he's trying to swim across.
Actually, hold on a second. I have amphibian as one of my animal powers.
Okay.
Can hold my breath for longer, and I can spend FP instead of rolling dice. And I'm using it in a fight to sneak underwater. Never mind. It's useless in this situation.
I'll give you a +1 mod with that. Go ahead and roll an extra d6. See if you get lucky on the 1d6. I mean, it's you, so you probably won't, but yeah, that's what I figured.
You actually lose your amphibian.
I just
ability.
realized too, when I rolled my dominate check earlier, it only rolled my instinct. It didn't actually roll the +2 mod, but it's too late now.
I'm going to say you grow an anchor out of your ass and you just sink to the ground and die.
Oh God.
I mean, I can hold my breath for longer, so I'll at least see my
You,
legs slip away.
you scavenge an anchor out of your cart and it drops to the ground, drowning you.
I'll say take a point of fatigue. You do get across. You're the last one across, but you do take a point of fatigue. You also were kind of trying to drag a wagon with you with all your stuff in it.
Right.
All right. So you cut around the dog tribe as best you can. Cross over the trails, keeping out of sight of the checkpoints, and look for the same place along the inner fence that you crossed over when you first came. And with Hamill back in the group, you're able to do so. Once you pass over the inner fence, it's a relatively smooth, relatively straight shot through a forest to get back to the helicopter. When you all are not too far away, you actually notice there's this really dark black pillar of smoke that's rising up from between some of the trees where the helicopter is.
Uh-oh.
What would you guys like to do?
I'll try and sneak up
stealthily
and
run.
sneak up to it
I'll-
and get a better vantage.
Pick
Okay.
up my pace.
Okay, so whoever's looking to do this, whoever's going stealthy, go ahead and you can roll your test. So roll your sneaks. If you're looking to just get there fast, just roll a move.
Okay. I'm gonna do my.
Oh. I'm galloping.
You literally did a portal jump and you're there.
I'm sneaking.
Okay.
Super sneaky.
Okay.
my
Very, very sneaky.
You guys lose Hamill again.
I just,
She just
I just
disappears.
lost 2 more.
Poofs.
Oh boy.
She
Derek,
burrows.
you poor guy. You're just so exhausted. You're an old man. All this traveling back and forth across the valley is getting to you.
I got exhausted from sneaking.
You didn't have to push that. We had
You did.
extras.
Yeah, you didn't have to push.
Yeah, I had 3 successes in sneak.
the
That's
bana-
okay. I mean, I've got more water, so I can just drink water and
Okay.
get it all back.
That's fine. Yeah, easy to find water when you cross the river. So I assume.
Yeah,
all
but
of
you got to take 3 hours and drink to rest. So
Yeah, I think it's 4. I think it's 4 hours
Oh,
plus
yeah.
drinking, but you can do it later.
Yeah.
Okay. So most of you are sneaking up, but you all see as Cujo breaks out into a sprint as he comes darting through the trees into the open clearing where the helicopter at some point in the past crashed through here, taking out all these trees. So there's like this big old swath of where it kind of came down. But this is like a out of the way location. There's not many people who actually know like about this place or come to it. It's got like a weird, like a few people know about it, but they don't really talk about it too much. But you start sneaking, and you see Cujo is well out in front. And when you burst through Cujo, you can see that from about maybe 50 yards away, the black plume is coming out of the helicopter, and you can see that there are flames that are flickering up from it as well. There's a handful of other rubble around that is also kind of caught on fire and has like a lessering effect, but it definitely seems like this thing has been set on fire, and you're about 50 yards away. You can continue going if you want, or you can wait for your friends if you want.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, so you're running up super fast, and you get there all by yourself, and you look and you can see that first the insides are aflame, but they're dying. You can tell like they're dying down. This doesn't look like it's a fire that's on its early days. It's on its last legs. You can see that there's no sign of true foe, and you can see that there's like all sorts of like scrapes and extra damage done to some of the walls of the helicopter that you don't recall being there when you were last here.
Can I start calling out, seeing if anyone can
Absolutely.
hear me?
Yeah, so you call out, and there's no response. Shortly afterwards, as you're circumventing, going around and shouting out for Truffaut, for Wildpaw, for Ringo, the three other people that would know about this, that come here regularly. Finally, your sneaky friends show up, and you don't even see them. They're like, "Oh, geez, when did you guys get here?"
Poof.
But all of you are now here. What do you want to do?
So you said there's nothing here?
There's no one here. Like there's a giant burning on its last legs helicopter. The helicopter's still here, but it's all.
And we can see inside and make sure that there's no person inside or anything.
Yeah, you can go inside if you want. The flames aren't like so robust that you can't avoid them. So, like I said, things are kind of dying down. Like, it doesn't look like the metal of the helicopter was caught on fire. It was probably just other bits. But you go inside and you see like that same like wagon wheel coffee table with the glass on that you guys did most of your planning on has been tipped over. The glass has been broken. The wheel itself has been caught on fire. The hammocks which you've slept in, the filing cabinet that McCloud has done some of his predictions atop, has all been knocked over. You can see that the opening, which is already fairly large to accommodate Truffaut, who is like a 12-foot tall bear, has been like ripped even further on either side, as if something has made it even bigger.
Does it look like it was torn from the inside or from the outside? Pushed out or like pulled, or?
It looks more like it was just sort of like pulled aside,
Okay.
as opposed to like something like pushing in or pushing out. Just like something was prying it open even further.
Okay.
But yeah, the metal's pretty crimped at this point. Go ahead.
Do we notice any like sentinel like tracks or anything, like grooves in the ground or?
You can roll a scout test. Actually, no, don't bother rolling a scout test. It's fine. It's obvious, very clear. There are sentinel tracks. There's the same sort of tank tracks that you've seen before. You've seen these at this point so often that you don't have to roll.
Okay.
I would like to try to pick up his scent,
Okay.
and see if I can kind of pick him kind of as my prey.
Okay. If you went inside, so you went inside, you found a few things. You found hidden underneath the some of like the filing cabinet that got tipped over by the door. You find Truffaut's revolver. It's the revolver that he frequently would load and unload as sort of like a calming mechanism whenever he got pissed off. There's 7 bullets. And there's 4 rations of food that just seem to be left here aside. It's meat, if that matters to anybody. But you don't see anything else. Roll a hunt test, Hamill.
The EMP gun or whatever isn't in here.
You do not see it. You haven't seen it for a while, actually. You're not sure if he gave it to somebody else, maybe, or what. But he didn't hang it up anywhere. Okay. So, Hamill, you start looking around. Do you not have any agility?
Yeah, I do. I have
Yeah,
3.
it's weird. Sometimes it just doesn't roll like the yellow die, which is really peculiar. Anyway, 1 success.
So, by the way, am I using my hunter instincts with this, or just hunt?
Just a hunt test is fine, but if you want to use your hunter instinct, that's okay too. But a hunt test is all I need. Okay, so you got 2 successes. All right, so with 2 successes, you notice as you start tracking these large grooves, these treads in the ground away from the helicopter. Are all you following Hamill, or are you continuing to look around here?
I'm gonna keep looking around in the helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do the same just in
right.
case I see anything else.
Okay, so you continue
I'll
just
follow Hamill.
sifting through. Okay, McCloud, what are you doing?
Collect his gun. Make sure it's safe for him.
Okay. You got the gun, you got 7 bullets, and someone can have those 4 rations of food. And so Hamill and Helena, you are following the tracks. Hamill, when you get about 70 yards away from the helicopter, which is moving, like the tracks are kind of moving northernishly, you do start to notice, because they're super sloppy, and it looks like they're dragging something heavy, like something big and huge. And you know the size of Sentinels. They could easily fit yourself or Cujo or anyone in your party, but Truffaut is much bigger than all of you. And you're getting the sense likely that he's being dragged, possibly. Another curious thing you notice with your extra success is that there is a second set of tracks that you picked up that were moving away from the helicopter as well, moving a little bit more easternly into the forest, to the east of the helicopter itself. So there's 2 ways you can go. It's up to you which you want to do.
So the second set was going east. Where was the first set going?
Kind
with the
of
sentinel
more
tracks?
northernly.
I would say at this point, Helena, maybe we go back and kind of tell everybody, see what they're doing and let them know what our options are.
Okay. So Chai and Cujo and McCloud, you were back inside, and you were looking around, and you can find, like, it looks like he had some old artifacts of some kind, but they were burnt up in the fire, unfortunately. So whatever he might have had, looks like photographs maybe of something. You've probably seen pictures that the human ancestors of yore, but they seem to have gotten burnt up. You find some blood here and there as well as you look more carefully. It started to paste a bit. It's been a while. It hasn't been like too long. This might have happened today, but it might have been like morning or something, like early hours, and things are just kind of drying up a bit. But you don't notice anything else. Nothing else of value anyway. Eventually, Hamill returns with Helena, and you have two sets of tracks that you can follow.
You said one looks like they're dragging Truffaut.
Yeah, one set of tracks are sentinels that seem to be dragging something very heavy, you would presume Truffaut. And then another one is more animal tracks.
The other one could possibly be like Ringo or somebody else.
Yeah, didn't he have like his niece?
Yeah,
Was the other bear?
Wild
Yeah.
Paw,
Wild
his
Paw.
niece, and Ringo. Those
Yep.
are the two other inner circle folks.
Maybe
Why
we
don't
go
we-
after the animal. Maybe she got
Yeah.
away.
Add somebody else to the party so we have more people to help
Yeah,
follow.
my
and
thoughts
get
exactly.
Truffaut.
Sounds good.
All right. So you all head off to the east, and you start dipping into the trees a bit, almost kind of going back somewhat the way you came, but a slightly different route. As you're as you're tracking these kind of big old footsteps, these it's like they're trying to cover them up a little bit, but they're trying to be careful with it. But your hunt test was good enough. But it's that point, as you're getting up close to this fairly large moss-covered rock, you see this huge other rock comes hurtling out from behind it, and it's going to go right at Cujo. So let me roll this really quick. Oh, do I have this? Oh, I made. Come on. Yeah, I did. That's how smart I am. So smart. All right, so Cujo, out of nowhere, this giant rock you guys weren't necessarily expecting. This rock just comes out of nowhere, just clanks right against your head. If you have any armor, go ahead and roll it.
Who did it hit?
Cujo. Okay, so Cujo, you can take 1 point of damage. The 6 will block the other. But you take 1 point of damage, and there's this gash. And right as you kind of look up, you see a massive bear just leap out from behind of the rock and come hurtling towards you all. And you see Ringo step out, and he's got a slingshot that he's pulling back, and he's ready to shoot. I'm just going to go ahead and reuse our initiative, but they are now coming at you.
Are they feral?
Doesn't seem so.
Are they collared?
Nope. But you see, but as she's charging at you, she's yelling, "Traitors!" And she's just like bear charge. She's on all fours, and she doesn't care. These huge, meaty shoulders, just one after the other. She's charging at you, and Ringo, like the little kind of coward he is just like stepping out from behind and just like, "That's right, get them traitors!" And he's shooting his own at you. Tchaikovsky, you're gonna be up first.
Shoot him, Chai. Shoot him with the revolver. Shoot them both.
What's her rank,
I don't
by the
have
way?
the revolver.
You wouldn't know her rank, so I can't actually
okay.
give you the ranks. Like, you can attempt to do something if you want, but sorry about that. I'm actually pulling up her rank, so I know it too.
I don't know what to do. I guess I'd
Shoot her with the
would be
revolver.
taking him back, so he would just put his hands up and say, "Traitors! What? Like, stop! What are you talking about?"
Okay. You can roll a dominate check.
All right, I guess I'll add,
Dominate him, Chai.
That's gonna be
I'll use a cigarette to give myself a +1 to my dominate.
2, 3, 4. You have 4 allies with you, so +4. That they've got. Wild Paul's got +1, so get a
And I'm
+3.
ranked 6.
You just got a new rank, yeah. So go ahead and roll versus, and it'll be. Remember, it's
Was that +3 with or without the cigarette mod?
it was +3 just from the number of people that you
Oh,
have.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oops. All right.
And I'll roll. It's versus her sense emotion.
Yes. If I can get the thing to roll. There we go.
Okay. Got the 1 success.
Hey!
Versus 1 fail. And so she's gonna come charging up, with just like terror and hate in her eyes. And you say what exactly?
Oh, first I got to take a point of rot from the cigarette.
Okay. Nice.
And
of course you're.
I'm just, yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm not gonna fight you. Like, we just came from the helicopter. What's going on? Like, just he's gonna be taken aback and shocked.
Okay.
So just like, calm down. Like, let's talk this through first. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
And so she'll rear up a couple yards in front of you while not continuing her charge. You told them where he was. You told them his hideout. It was you. It had to be you. They found him. It wasn't until you all showed up that he's been living there for years. And now he's found all of a sudden. And so she's got a big rock, like, no, she doesn't have a big rock in her hand, but her big ass paw, because she's like 10 foot herself. She's on the verge of continuing forward, but she seems momentarily delayed.
Yeah. So Chai is just gonna say, like, look, whoever did this clearly wants us to fight amongst ourselves. So if you're gonna strike me down, you're only gonna weaken the resistance. And then Chai, because genuinely I thought the same thing. Chai's gonna be like, I thought the helicopter was a meeting place. I had no idea he lived there. We have no idea where Truffaut stays.
So you see her kind of start to slump down a little bit as a little bit of her rage. If not you, how did they find him?
And Chai's not gonna be sarcastic, but he's gonna be like, well, they have drones everywhere. Like, we've been seeing strange lights where we do our missions. They've got to have tech that can just find something. This is the Sentinels we were talking about.
So she kind of looks at all of you, assessing. Maybe.
We just came back from recruiting Boyer. Like, we're gonna report in with what we did.
So you see her, like, just sort of, her posture adjusts a little bit, and like the aggressiveness begins to lower. What you say might be true. For now, I'll have to take your word for it. But don't think that your trust or my trust in you is at all rock solid.
And Chai is gonna nod, and then he's gonna point to Hamill and say, we were gonna try and track Truffaut down. We think we might have a trail if you want to come with us and help us.
And so, as you're saying that, like, you hear Ringo go, ah! And like a little pebble comes and just like pokes right off of your head, Tchaikovsky, completely harmlessly. And he comes trotting up as well.
Shoot him, Chai. Shoot him with the revolver.
These
Who has the
shots
revolver?
are very hard to hold for a long period of time. And when you mention the other trail, she says, we already followed it. It's... They took him to the Forbidden Zone. We came back to see if any of you would return, or if any of the others would return. But he has been taken to the Western Forbidden Zone. And you see her just sort of turn her back to you all and just walk up to a tree and just kind of lean her forearm against it. She's got like her forehead. We can't lose him. What little we have in the Resistance is because of him. He knows more of ourselves. He knows more of those sympathetic to our values throughout the valley. Should they get into his mind, they'll have every bit of intelligence they need to ruin us.
Do you have the EMP gun?
She says, I do. And she motions towards Ringo, who will go run back behind the moss-covered rock, and he will come back. Who's got the highest shoot skill?
0.
0.
1.
I have
3.
3 in shoot, and when I'm fully healed, 5 in agility.
Okay, what's your agility at, Chai?
When I'm fully healed, it's only at 4. So Hamill beats me by 1.
So yeah, so she'll take it from Ringo, and then she'll just like chuck it at you, like, whoosh. And like this thing's as big as you.
I know, I'm a little
So
weasel.
you got it. Truffaut says, you know how to shoot things at afar. I don't much care for ranged combat. It seems cowardly, but perhaps you can make use of this if you're going to go after him, which you are. Like, she's like brooking no challenge to that whatsoever.
We will absolutely do our best.
Your best is not enough. You'll do more than it. Losers do their best. Winners go home and fuck the pug.
Have we been around the Forbidden Zone?
Yes, that's where you rescued Cujo.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
are well
Bad things.
acquainted.
So, what do you guys want to do? You know how to get there.
Yeah, let's fucking head on over.
Yeah, basically.
Cat, what is your name?
Helena.
One of your kind is rumored to have escaped the labyrinth before. Do you know of one named Grimalkin?
Would I know?
Roll a know nature to see if you would know. I'll give you a +1 because you're a cat. The rest of you
My
know.
my wits are terrible.
Sorry. That's why you it's why you murder people. Yes.
Yay!
You have heard of this name, Grimalkin. Grimalkin is an outcast, however. They don't live within the cabin village.
I am soon to be an outcast
Very-
myself.
But for different reasons. This one's you know probably a little bit. You probably heard from your sister Octavia that this one didn't come when it did. The story you think is true. Like they did escape, and it's like the only one that you know of that escaped. And while they kept their wits about them, they came back different and dangerous. And they're not allowed in the village, and so they were outcast. You wouldn't know where, so you would have to probably check in with Octavia and some of the others in the cabin village.
You have to go back home.
Hilarious. Great. Okay.
If word gets out of Truffaut's abduction, the resistance will fall apart. I will go secure the assistance, the loyalty of our other selves. Truffaut spoke highly of you, said you are the most capable. He put great trust in you. I hope for his sake that you are up to the task. I will go see what I can do to find us another secure location, and I will try and rally others if possible. And Ringo's like, I can come. I'm very good with slingshot. And he goes to do it, and he lets go. And he's, oh, that stings. Oh, jeez. Oh. But I am glad to come help. Very useful, Ringo is.
We can give you some lessons as we go.
Lessons in what?
Not hitting yourself in the eye with rocks.
Oh, that's a very on-point lesson plan, but okay. Okay.
I wanted to offer her uncle's gun if she wanted it.
She looks at it. I don't share my uncle's love of human ingenuity. And she'll throw it back at you. Or at whoever had it, because I think McCloud had it. I have the weapons I need. And she holds up. This is Ozzy. And this is Harriet. That's all I need. So.
All right. Well, it looks like I've got a Grimalkin I need to
Yeah.
hunt down.
Yeah.
Just want to say a couple nice words to her about, like, miss her uncle, and he did many good things for the resistance. And
He's not dead. We're just going after him.
Yeah, we're gonna get him.
You better. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. Okay.
I mean, we kind of did, but I definitely don't want to see that anymore.
I mean, for like an elongated time. angry for like 10 minutes. I'm just awful. Okay. So, you have to go check out Grimalkin. Wildpaw is going to go try to keep the frickin' resistance together. Do you want Ringo to go with you? It's up to you guys.
Not much of a fighter, is he? What does he do?
What do you mean, not much of a fighter? I hit him right in head, square, perfect shot.
You can come with us.
Yeah, maybe we can convince him that we didn't kill Truffaut.
If you rescue Truffaut, then I assume you did not kill him because he would be alive then. I will keep very close eye on them, Wildpaw. You do not worry.
And it's just like rolling around in his socket.
Yeah, like he's already a freaking lizard, so his eyes are kind of going off independently. Yeah. Like, I will keep close watch on them. I will figure out which one of these, if any, led to Truffaut's capture. Do not worry. Ringo is on the case. Okay. So, Ringo's coming with you. Wildpaw will go. Wildpaw will go ahead and take her leave and begin charging out into the forest and trying to keep what Truffaut built together and see what other assistance that she could potentially get. You all
I'm assuming we'll come up with some sort of a meeting place that we'll figure out later when we need to meet up with her again.
Fair day.
Yep, maybe. And that's that. So I think we'll go ahead and end there because it's, for us, it's 6. So it's been 2 hours. So we're right there. And this is probably a good place to stop. And we will pick up with the search for Truffaut next week. So let's do some closing plugs. So Adventures in Lollygagging, again, that's us. If you've been hanging out in channel, thanks for hanging out with channel. If you've been watching this later on VOD or on YouTube, definitely appreciate it. Come watch us live someday on twitch.tv/thelollygaggers, where we play not just Mutant Year Zero like twice a month, but we also play Vesson on Mondays at 9 Central. We play Electric Bastion every other Friday or Saturday as well. And so you can kind of catch our schedule. Our weekend schedules kind of change up a little bit, so follow at LollygaggerCO on Twitter, and you can kind of get announcements and such. We are also on Thursdays. You can also watch us play some Zweihander over on twitch.tv/ZweihanderRPG. We play at 9 Central as well. And then if you like Zweihander, you can also listen to our podcast. We have an audio-only podcast that drops every Monday. We haven't missed a Monday like ever. And we're like almost 60 episodes in, so there's plenty of content to catch up on. Tons and tons of hours.
A year's worth.
Yeah, we've been doing that for a year. That's crazy. That's crazy. And like one character, I won't say which because I don't want to spoil it for other people. Only one of the original party is still around. Not saying they're all dead, but only one is still around. So really interesting. Okay, other things to plug. So Melissa, you can go away for a second as I bring up Dan Dies in the End, this wonderful kick-ass design that we've been working on. So like Defenders of Cobalt, Adventures in Lollygagging, Two Old Guys Gaming, one or two folks from the Grim and Perilous, we all kind of worked on this thing together. We put out this awesome mag with all sorts of different tabletop role-playing game content. This is part of the cover, which is art by Frendon, who's been in the channel talking and giving out all of the brilliant puns.
Don't you mean Pundin?
Yeah, he's the punderer. Yeah, Frendon the punderer he did all the art in this, like this Tarask, which is a crazy big ass legendary monster you can throw in your DCC games or games that also start with D but don't have CC afterwards. So you can throw it in there. There's also content for goblins and Heart from Roan, Rook, and Deckard. There's other games as well. There's Crazy Terrible Hirelings, and there's a dungeon, Winner Chicken Dinner. So great stuff. And we're hopefully going to be doing a second one here pretty soon. So I will drop the link once more in the channel if you are here. But if you're not, if you're watching this later, just go to DriveThruRPG. Search for Dan Dies in the End. You can also find it on itch.io if you prefer that. It's just, again, Dan Dies in the End.
You can tip them on itch.
I think you can.
Nice.
I think you can overpay on drive-thru as well. So, but it's only 50 cents right now on drive-thru. But that price isn't going to last, as that's just like a issue number 1 special. So, go take a look. And that's it for us. I'll bring Melissa back so she can wave and say goodbye. We hopefully will be back. I don't know when we're going to be back for Mutant Year Zero. We'll hopefully soon. Hopefully we'll get another game in before the end of August, but we'll let you know. Otherwise, come hang out with us on Monday. Also, Sunday, you can find just me and some other people, not these, over on twitch.tv/notoriousdmgtv at 9 Central, as I continue with some friends playing some Shadowrun, as we're using a bunch of different ttrpg systems to play in the Shadowrun universe. So it's a lot of fun. And so that is all. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching this later. Good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Hey
If you
guys.
hang around, I'll find someone to raid, but I'm going to throw us on the end screen for now.